What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. PowerWash Sim 2, episode number 11 here today. On our last episode, we did the stand for the band. We also did the little scooter type action, which was pretty cool. I never noticed that there was a... Oh, this is from the playground in the first game. That's awesome. So is this. That too. Man, all the good stuff from the first game, I'm realizing that's in here. What's over here? I don't know. Some of these, maybe not. Anyways, what I wanted to do before we got into it, here's our wall of achievements so far of all the jobs we've done. This was the stand for the band right there, and this was the scooter that we did on the last one. But for right now, we're going to head into the next job, the Nouveau house. It says, Camilla Jackson, oh, you're here? Fantastic. This house has been a blight on the street for ages. Honestly, if it wasn't such a good lawyer, we'd sue him for lost valuation to our collective property, not to mention the damage he's doing to Muckingham's chance of becoming Town of the Year. Barclay Street in front is front and center of the mayoral processional route, as I'm sure he's aware. Don't worry about getting evicted. We've checked all the local bylaws, and it's perfectly legal for you to be here, so let's get washing. You got it. Let's get it done. All right. There is no Steam achievement. I checked before starting here today just to see if we would have anything that we need to pick up. And actually going to get right to work with the disc here. Let's get all the ground stuff taken care of. Well, at least most of it anyway. Harper Shaw says, wait, Wishy, you know whose house that you're cleaning, right? No. I just show up because I'm getting paid. Okay, we're having a little bit of a glitch here. Okay, it doesn't like this at all. All right, moving on past that. Okay, here's our first complete. Looks like there is nothing else. Oh, there's a little bit here. Go. I'm hoping this job won't take too much time. I was thinking this was going to be a lot bigger property than it is, so there we go. There it is. We're making good progress on this game, though. It's you know, for what it's worth, even though this is going to stretch out over many episodes, you know, because, like, you know, if I was playing this solo and not doing this to put content together for everyone, I would probably knock this game out in, like, 2 days. I would just, I would literally just plow through it and go one job after another. But trying to do that all at the same time it didn't work on the first game when I had this. I actually took a long time to get the first game done because I did too many jobs in a short period of time, and I kind of like burnt myself out from playing the game. So I decided on this one I'm going to kind of take it a little bit slower and maybe like enjoy the game a little bit more. So yeah, I've Go. Yeah, this dirt does not seem to be too thick on this here. We'll probably cruise right through this thing. Actually, let me see if the green. This is just like mossy type stuff. This is really dirt. There we go. Nice. I'm going to try to be as careful as I can to get everything done. In kind of like the same order on both sides. So I'm going to go cover out before I move on to this. That's not what I wanted either. That's what I wanted. But this. There it is. Excellent. I didn't get I feel like I was missing a complete on this thing somewhere. There it is. Xavier Sage, legendary lawyer. Apparently, they were all set to take down the mayor years ago, but after being foiled by a dirty jury, he was so something or other. Yada da 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 da. I'm sure we'll hear more about it later. Okay, that's looking pretty good on that side there. Might need to get the scaffolding here. Okay, good stuff. Yep, there we go. There we go. Nice. Good stuff. This wall here. Perfect. seems to be something here on this glass that we are not picking up. Not exactly sure where. There it is. Awesome. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Already at 16%. Moving right along here. These structures are so tricky sometimes. You got the all these little folds in the concrete and okay. Okay, 20%. Wishy, do you think we should ask Xavion if it's okay to be here? My golden rule is never get on the bad side of good people. I'll reach out. You do that. By the time you get back to me, I'll already be done with this job. Or it'll be at 40%. One of the two. You. Looking nice. There it is. I knew we were close. Okay. Small little roof part left here. Let's jam out on this here. Alright. Looking good. Looking good. Clean up spots there. This job is not that hard. I was expecting this to be a little bit more this roof especially. The reason I thought it was going to be a little bit more tougher is a lot of the jobs on the first game where a roof was involved had like this mossy texture on it, where like you could spray it down with a white washer nozzle, and then you'd have to go back and kind of work the really tough spots. Like it would leave these spots that would be like you would need the red nozzle or at least the orange yellowish nozzle to complete it. This one doesn't really seem to have it. Xavier Lesage, it's an honor. We're just wanting to make sure we're fine being here. Well, I'll admit that when you first started working, I was tempted to open a window, holler Pearson versus Kinsey 75 at you, and get escorted from the premise, but actually quite enjoying the ambiance. Oop, and I fell off. That's okay. I'll take advantage of falling off while I'm down here. There we go. And that's all I'm doing down here. I'm going right back up. If I start washing down there while I'm working on the roof, I'm going to forget where I'm at. And I'm going to leave a bunch of stuff undone and end up wasting a ton of time. So I'm going to finish up here first. And then we'll go back down there. Methodical is the way to get this game done quickly. Be methodical. Kind of nice. Okay. That thing just doesn't really do too much. Maybe it'll work better when we get up to our goal level in cash and we pick up that really high-powered washer, which is basically what we're grinding for. I'm trying to hang on to the cash money and not spend it on clothes and other things, but instead we get into the more expensive tool that will help us fly through the rest of the game. Okay. Good. There we go. Nice. Roof ridge line. All done. wondering why we didn't get a complete on this roof over here. I'm wondering if see? Cruise right through this. There we go. And just clean up the details. Okay. That's looking pretty nice. A new job is available. Dirt Finder, our mutual cleanup of the county continues apace. How soon can you get to the recreation grounds? That's a very interesting looking object. Kind of looks like a parade float or a hot air balloon of some sort. Okay, that's good. %, cruising on. Finish up this little roof spot here, and then we'll start heading down. Get the sidewalls, which I'm guessing is probably going to have most of the percentage in here, like it does in most jobs. Okay. There we go. Get some edges good. Nice. Okay. Good stuff. We're looking nice up here. So let's head back over here. that up and down seems to be a pretty good technique there for those longer spaces. Okay, 2 door handles. And shell, 1 door, 2 doors. There it is. It also helps that I can also detect from the manner in which you've cleaned the first 49% of my house that you intend to do a thorough job. Yeah. That's kind of why I do what I do. Because I can't go on to the next job until the game tells me I'm at 100%. Got there. Nice. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Here real quick. That. Okay. Perfect. There. It's pretty much the line I want to kind of abide by before we start turning the edge and going around the corner. There it is. I just completed something by accident. Those are the best ones. There must be something up on that top edge that I'm missing. There it is. Okay. Let's move this guy right there. Drop down. Good. There it is. Okay. Oop. Look at that. Got it. This one too. There it is. Nice. We definitely have to get under this. moving on here. There it is. It's the jump and spray technique. Uh-huh. Yeah, it doesn't work that doesn't work that good up that high. Okay. Come on. Save space. There we go. I'm trying to work high points down is what I'm trying to do, so I don't have to keep coming all the way back up here. Okay. Good. Perfect. I should just jump over here. Frames, there we go. Excellent. Love it. Okay. 60%. Will actually clean. This wall must be connected on the other side because I'm not getting a complete on that. Must be the mirror. Where is it? Oh, it's one big section. Okay. That. This is probably the toughest part yet. This stuff does not clean easy. There we go. Good stuff, good stuff. Perfect. I gotta get this thing out of here. Oh, they're back again. Curious, several airs from a British short hair have transferred from your person to my windowsill. It appears that you still have possession of my mayor's cat. Maybe. Haven't checked on him since you asked about it in the billboard job. Perfect. There. All right, we are closing in. Good stuff. Nice. I think the rest of the percentage on here will probably go pretty quick because the rest of these are just big wall sections. So try to rapidly spray those down. can down here before we break out the scaffolding again. Good stuff. That is basically one giant wall here. And maybe a hidden window. Okay. See, just like I said, zooming through percentage now. These big open flat walls. You get all the detailed stuff together and then cruise through the rest of it. Whoop. Got that by accident. Just like that, we're at 80%. Yeah, Xavier, about that. The mayor's been demanding Ulysses back. Where do we stand? I don't know. I don't know where that cat is. Probably hanging out at the home base. Well, did you have an official transfer of that guardianship? If not, then I'm afraid that he has a case. Good thing. Oh. No, we didn't. Okay, thanks. Okay. Good stuff. Okay, let's grab this here real quick. What side is the plank side? Okay, 83%. We are almost there. Perfect, roof edge is done. That part is done. There it is. Yeah. Love it. Awesome. Okay. trying to get all these edges squared away. Don't leave anything behind. Okay. The home stretch. Perfect. There's that. And that, I think, covers that. And that. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. Except for this side here, which... deal with that. It takes too long. All right, final wall here. .4% to go here. I think we did pretty good as far as not missing much. I'm hoping we finally do one of these jobs where I kind of get it all done right the first time. There's that. Okay. 99%. Ah, you see that right there? I was just saying. Oop. Well, that was close. What did I miss here? That one little speck. Awesome. There we go. Job complete. Nice looking place, right? Not bad, not bad. So the Nouveau house. Pretty decent job. Took about 50 minutes to get all that done. I think all in all, pretty successful that we only had to come back and do a little bit more. Lots in the bank now. We're up to, yeah, we got quite a bit. So, yeah, with that, what did he say? I was rather hoping to employ the hilarious refrain, "You've missed a bit," and back it up with photographic evidence, but you didn't, so I can't. Impressive, Xavier. Nice. So it looks like the airship will be our next one here as we progress into the follow-up job. But for right now, we will call this episode a wrap. Thank you very much for joining me once again. We will continue pressing on. We are making good progress in this game, but if you're new to the channel, subscribe. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, helps me out as well as we get this new channel off the ground. If you enjoy the content, feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you think, and check out everything else that's on the channel as well. But for right now, I appreciate y'all stopping by, and have yourselves a great rest of your day. Take it easy. We'll see ya.